10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now, the Zoom homies.
Live from the Tony Wallow Studios, it's the Ken Stout Live Show, featuring the Zoom homies, produced by LK Productions.
Okay, now let's see if we got now. Okay, you should be able to hear me on both Zoom and YouTube now, which I wasn't too concerned about Zoom. It was good to begin with. Tony Wallow's giving me the thumbs up. Now, if I could get audio checks from everybody across the board on Zoom or YouTube.
Yeah, you're good. Loud and clear.
Greg says he's good, loud and clear.
I can hear you.
On YouTube, on Zoom.
Oh, well.
All right, we're good. I got the thumbs up from Tony, and we get the okay from Wintermute on Alex and Greg, so we're good. So I don't know if it was the update to OBS. I don't know if it was the update to Windows, because that's the only two updates I've done, but it put my default for both the speaker and the microphone to default speaker and default audio, which, as we all know, is not the case. So once again, there's my argument for these dumb updates. I'll probably roll back to OBS.
I don't have a problem with updates.
Which version of OBS were you using again?
XYZ.
I've heard that one's pretty stable, actually. So, welcome in, everybody. Photo Mix Media. He's probably at a barista somewhere.
Yeah, he's checking out the rear.
I don't say that I blame him. We got Wintermute joined us over in the chat, and I've already said Tony or Williams Dawson's and Tony's name, and BH Ringer.
Yeah, Tony beat me again.
He's pretty quick. I forget the exact. It says 9:05 is when he said good evening, which had to be maybe 4 or 5 minutes after I put it up there. I wasn't going to do a stream tonight. I was just going to take a break. And then I got talked into it. So here we are. I still haven't seen Doug's. I did watch Jim's, and I got in trouble for a comment that I made, but it was his words, not mine. I'll make that perfectly clear. I was just quoting him on something he said, which I thought was kind of funny, by the way. Greg, I got 2 questions for you.
Did Jim have a video today?
Huh?
Did Jim have a video today?
No, from yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm a little behind.
Oh.
So the James Dean, Rebel Without a Cause.
Right.
Watched that today. That wasn't half bad, actually. I didn't realize all the stars that was in that movie.
Yeah.
And then they advertised on TCM, they advertised one movie, but it turned out to be a total different movie called The Loved Ones. Does that ring a bell? From 1965.
Not that I know
of. It was a very... Jonathan Winters was in it. He played 2 different parts in it. He was about the only star that I recognized. It was a very, very, very dark comedy. Robert Morris was the main character. Rod Steiger was in there. He played a mortician. Jonathan Winters played 2 people. Liberace was in it. I mean, it had... James Coburn was in it. Let's see here. Milton Bradley was in it. Milton Berle was in it. Paul Williams, of all people, who was not known for his acting. I believe he was more known for his music than he was anything. Tab Hunter was in it. Alan Napier was in it, the guy from Batman. And oddly enough, he played a butler in this movie too. Jamie Farr from MASH was in it.
Huh.
It's like 3 hours and 15 minutes long, but it was hilarious. I mean, it was so silly and stupid. It was funny, if that makes any sense. So I thought it was older than it was. Ron Jeremy. No, Ron Jeremy didn't make this one. Roddy McDowall was in it. Lionel Stander was in it, which for some reason I thought he was Ernest Borgnine, but it wasn't. I'll tell you how long it was. Mom got bored of watching it, went to a different show, and came back, and it was still going. So, anyway. Alex, are you waiting for a bigger audience, or what's the deal? I know you're chomping at the bit.
Well, yeah, I guess I'm kind of waiting for a bigger audience, but I
That's
don't
your
guess.
Prerogative. Entirely up to you. Not sure what time Rick's going to join us. I know he's not going to be here very long. He's got visitors coming tomorrow. Let's see here. Did I clip it? Are you talking about what the truck? Like I said, Wintermute just made a comment on. I think it was Wintermute. Yeah. And no, I haven't clipped it yet, but I'm going to. There's actually a couple of things Jim said in there I want to go back and do the clip thing with. But when I watched it, that's probably going to be part of my Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday night deal since I got to be up those 3 nights. Got to have something to do. So how was everybody else's day today?
We hit 70 today.
70?
Yeah.
Rain?
No, I was outside. I got my son's mud guards installed on the front.
Nice. We had rain all day today. It started out in the mid-60s and just consistently dropped all day. You know what? I can do away with this calendar because I got it over here. I'm just verifying that. Yeah, she's 10 to 6, 10 to 6, 10 to 6. So I will have to find something to do overnight.
So if you have a tab open and your and you in one tab I was waiting for your video to start. I was watching a video. I figured it would start, but it don't start unless I'm on your tab. You know,
Yeah,
does that make sense?
yeah.
That makes sense. I don't think
You
you
know what
can.
I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I know what you mean. I've got probably 5 tabs open right now, stuff I want to watch.
Also, if the screen is off, the screensaver time, if it times out, it won't start until I move the mouse and it'll start playing.
See, that's really weird. I put play a sound when someone enters. Didn't ding when you entered. If it did, I didn't hear it. And I had the waiting room enabled, and you got in straight away. So I'm beginning to not trust Zoom at all. Very strange. I didn't even see Doug's stream today. I'm gonna have to watch it either tomorrow morning or maybe tomorrow night.
I was watching. I like to watch LGR. He has the old computers. I like to watch him sometimes.
Now I did watch Doug's alleged. Yeah, he has too. I watched the upload of the Chat GPT being smarter than a 5th grader. I did watch that. I thought that was kind of funny. But I did not watch his noon show today or 12:30 show or whatever time it was this morning for him. Jeff Ryman said he just got home. No problem. We'll be here for a few minutes. I talked to Sean today. I talked to Rick today. I talked to Alex today. Well,
You
we
didn't
we
call me. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I didn't. I'm sorry. Rick Lake says hi, just like that, like it's on cue. I actually didn't talk to Alex. We texted back and forth. Mom was in and out of sleep, and I didn't want to disturb her sleep.
I tried to get you to talk to me.
Uh,
I tried to get you to talk to me.
I texted you. That's basically talking. If she would have went to her bedroom, I might have talked, talked, but with her sitting there dozing in and out, I didn't want to disturb her. I can text pretty much all I want.
Yeah, that's about like me when I'm sitting in the car when I'm sitting in the car going on the road. It's hard for me to talk, A, because of all the road noise, and B, because I've at least got one other person in the car with me or whatever. And it's even worse when I'm on the public transportation at the very back of the bus or whatever, because that's where the lift is, and it makes a whole lot of noise.
Right. I'll bet it does. I bet it does. Robert sent me a link last night that I want to check out later. It's called Video Hive Ultimate YouTube Blog Intro Music Opener. Free download. I haven't even had a chance to review it yet and see if I want to check it out or not. Well, somebody say something. I'm going to go catch up on chat.
Something, something, something.
Oh, man. Warm in this house tonight.
Yeah, it was 75 earlier today.
Well, I did a thing I shared a memory today on Facebook. 2 years ago this date, when we lived in Illinois, we had 2 feet of snow on the ground. And today we just had rains. 38 currently. Overnight low predicted of 36, so that's not too bad.
Well, the kids got in trouble again today.
Uh-oh,
They
what'd
got
you do?
They got off of school early because a parent-teacher conference is at like 1:30. And and I don't know what they were doing, but they heard enough of it to know they was in trouble, and they left at like 3 or 4 o'clock this afternoon, which they don't normally leave and go home until like 7, 8 o'clock at night. So whatever it was must have been pretty bad.
Speaking of bad kids, I got where I watch. I've been watching stuff like Super Nanny on YouTube.
Was that with Fran Drescher? Or no, that's not Fran
That's
Drescher.
Joe Frost. She goes and helps keep families that got
Yeah,
kids, mostly young families that don't have much experience. They've had too many at one time or whatever.
oh yeah, they end up the dad's working and the mom's working and the kids just basically run
The mom
the
ain't
house by
working
themselves.
because if you got 6 or 7 kids, if you pay for daycare, you may as well not even work because you won't make no money.
Yeah. I saw a Botox commercial the other day. The lady sat down, said, I'm so and so, 42 years old and a mother of 9. I said, lady, you need to learn how to cross your legs.
Really good. Golly. 42 in the. Wow.
There was one where a man called his 14-year-old daughter the B word. That was not good.
Well, that was actually said in this movie we were watching today, and I was like, wow. Couldn't get away with that today. And what made it funny was he was dictating a letter to someone, and he said, and blah, 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 and just tell her she's such a B, and then he goes, read that back to me, except for the part with and he said it again. Oh, man. 62, 72, as long as it's not snowing and the sun's halfway out, those are good days right there, in my opinion. I mean, you guys see I've got on, I'd rather be golfing t-shirt. I don't think I can play golf at 11 o'clock at night, though.
That reminds me, there's a Netflix sent me a thing on golfing documentary. I was going to forward it to you, but it wouldn't include the graphics.
Huh. On Netflix?
Yeah,
I'll check it out. We've got Netflix.
I'll show you.
I know Tiger Woods was sitting at -2 today after the first round of whatever that thing he's in. Genesis Open, I think it is. Waiting for Rick to join us. I've got a question for him.
Did I delete it?
If you did, it's gone.
Must have deleted it. There's nothing from Netflix in here. Oh well, if you go to Netflix and look up the new stuff, it'll be in there.
I'm surprised I didn't get an email from it.
Well, I guess I'll go ahead and share the news. There's Rick.
Hey, hello.
Hello,
Hey, Rick.
Rick.
Well, about
Oh, look at the time, everybody. I gotta go. Good night. Thanks for being here.
See ya.
About 1 o'clock this afternoon, I get a call from this company here, Arkansas Network Experts. They're a managed service provider. They pretty much do everything. They pretty much do everything IT for. They do a lot of stuff for a lot of different businesses like hospitals and stuff like that. And the guy, I was on the phone with the guy for at least 30 minutes and explained the situation to him, my situation to him and all that and everything. And instead of him saying, when I said I can't drive, instead of him saying, I'm sorry, we don't want you or something like that, he said, I'm still very interested in your in your skills in your resume. So we talked about my skills. And he said, well, I can't give you a job offer right now, but he would be asking about giving me like a week or two trial, just because I don't have any actual work experience, and just to see what he'd say. He said he'd be interested in that. He just needs to get a hold of the owner of the company. So maybe in the next day or two, I'll get a call back from him saying he wants to meet me somewhere.
Well, that's good.
Are they going to be local? Is it going to be a local job, or are you going to be driving and all the way up past Little Rock?
If I'd have to go in, it'd be only 30 minutes from me. If I have to go
So they have a site, an office closer to the one on the link you showed us a while ago.
Yeah, their main office is past Little Rock, but they're looking for somebody about 30 minutes from me. So I'm just like, if I have to go on site, it would be there. But hopefully I can get something hybrid, remote most of the time, and then on site if I have to go on site. But yeah, that seems he wanted to know pretty much everything I know, so that seems really, really good, really exciting. I just hope he calls me back and says something. And doesn't just leave me hanging.
Hmm.
I think he said his title was operations manager. He's calling me.
I forgot I needed to make this call. I thought I'd just go ahead and knock it out while I was sitting here.
Why are you trying to call me?
I'm not calling you. You better stop doing those drugs that you're doing, because you got some delusional stuff going on.
Please leave a message and have a wonderful day.
Something.
Alex, your phone receiving calls when nobody's calling you. Maybe you should get an iPhone.
I posted the link that Wintermute dropped over in YouTube chat for the Netflix thing. I had actually seen that earlier. I'm kind of looking forward to it. Got to be hilarious, depending on how much they edit it. All right, why didn't that work? There we go. That time I heard the bell, and it did put him in the waiting room. Hey, Sean.
Oh, I thought it was Gary.
Yeah. We should put an over-under on that.
Mr. Microsoft.
Mr. Windows 11. I got a cramp in my leg. Doggone it. My left calf keeps wanting to cramp for some reason.
I don't know. I'm just tired of having nothing to do but sit in the house other than going to church on Sunday and Wednesday.
Make YouTube videos or go live.
Yeah.
Talk about your boredness.
Probably, you know what? We're joking with him on that. He'd probably get a lot of people would follow him if he were to do that. Seriously.
Yeah. That's the reason why I don't make videos, because I don't have nothing to make videos talk. I don't really. don't really think I have anything to talk about or don't want to talk about anything.
Talking computers.
And you think that young lady you watch doesn't have anything to not talk about, but she's got how many subscribers? Did you say 1.7 million? Is that what you said last night?
Yeah, but she basically made a career out. She's a big time comedian. She goes in person to places and does shows and everywhere and makes tons of money.
Yeah, well, I'm
She's
not. I'm not saying try to emulate or do what she does, but you can find something. And here's how I look at this. And this is coming from a guy that until my friend asked me to do it, I would have never thought to do YouTube, ever. And here I am, 2 years and some days later, I'm still doing it. Until you try it, you never know what's going to happen. Fine, hey, this is Alex. Guess what's going on today? I'm bored.
It's
Well,
62 degrees and sunny.
Yeah, exactly. Here in Sheridan, I mean, at least give it a shot. You get any responses from the 23 websites you put your job wanting work on?
No, I have not.
Maybe I should buy a bunch of cheap drones and get somebody to fly them, and I go outside and shoot them and say, "Oh, there's a spy balloon."
I'd chip in for a drone for you to do that with. Of course, I'm not going to bail you out of jail when the FFA comes and arrests you, but I'll throw money in for the drone for you to shoot down.
Don't you have to have some kind of license or something to be able to?
You're supposed to, I think, if it's a certain type of drone or a certain class of drone and a certain height. There's height restrictions and all kind of things that I don't quite understand, nor am I going to look up. I think for probably you and I and Greg and Rick and everything else, we could be all right as long as we don't go near an airport or something of that nature. I don't think we're going to get that high, and I don't think we're going to have that expensive of a drone that requires us to be licensed. Long Dog says it is a regulation about the size of the drone. Okay. I thought I had read that somewhere at one time. Tony Wallow gives you a good suggestion. Do your Mario Brothers stuff. Or was that Joshy?
No.
Was that you?
Yeah, that was me.
B.H. Ringer says drones under 250 grams in weight don't require license.
What's a gram?
If I had the proper internet, I would probably do something on vintage computers or something.
What's the range of a drone? Does anybody know?
Could be
Probably depends.
3 or 5 miles, depending on your antennas and batteries.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say.
Okay. So my idea gets thrown out the window. I was thinking of a new delivery service.
Does it let you know when you get out of range? I guess it does.
Oh, I'm sure it does. You're about to crash. Boom! It hits the ground. Yep, it notified you.
No, I bet the controller will probably let you know.
I would think it would. My brother had one. He got pretty good at flying it.
Yeah, I watched
Watching McCullough joins us again. Hi, Bob.
Some of them have software that hooks to a computer too.
Well, that's an interesting thing you bring up there. Let me pop chat out and bring it over here where I can read a little easier. That's something else. If you hook it up to your computer, do you get farther range?
You get what now?
Would you get a farther range if you were to hook it up to your computer instead of using the remote?
Probably not.
Long Dog says a typical drone, depending on how much you spend, has a range of about 1/8 of a mile. similarly to the same radio controls that you would buy for a radio controlled airplane or helicopter. Okay.
Yeah. See, it's low power. The FCC only allows.
You get a bigger antenna and a bigger battery.
Yeah, it would boost it a little bit.
Cut down a bunch of trees and you won't have no problems.
I know
Yeah.
a lot of YouTubers have drones and they go out and shoot footage. So I don't know if they have licenses or they got into it and did that before the license was required or what.
Yeah, I've always wondered how they go out there and shoot that footage while they're driving down, especially the ones that shoot the footage and you see them driving down the road in the car, and the drone is behind them, and they're literally driving down a road in a car. How do they manage that? Like,
There's software they can get that makes it. There's something called Follow Me, and if it can get attached something to your vehicle or see something whenever that object moves, that's kind of where the drone goes.
All right, kids, this is a PSA. Now, I'm driving down the road. I'm not on my cell phone, but I'm flying the drone that you see these wonderful shots from right now. But I'm a trained professional of 3 minutes and 55 seconds. Don't try. Ah!
There goes your insurance rates.
I'm fine. Hold on, I gotta let.
Alrighty.
That's not as funny as what I was showing
Hi,
you
Jeff.
yesterday, but
Evening.
Mrs. K thought I was in trouble.
Well,
I would say Rick's probably on the right track. They probably do have a program called Follow Me, and somehow it's all set up. Or they have someone sitting beside them flying the drone, but that would be hard to do if you can't see the roof. Or they're standing up through the sunroof. In some case, Arkansas, excuse me, that's probably illegal. Then you get into the professional series. He's flown a couple of DJI quadcopters. I'm guessing
Yeah,
DJI is a brand.
it's a brand of camera, like a knockoff of a GoPro.
Okay.
You would probably still have to have the controller, the computer. You could just see where it is.
I know we were in the Grand Canyon some years back, and there was a guy flying a drone, and of course, I didn't know it at the time. I was informed it is illegal to fly a drone in a national park. And the park ranger person, I wasn't sure if her name was Karen or Ken, or if it was even a man or a woman for that matter. But anyway, he was walking, or she was walking back and forth trying to find the person holding the controls. And she finally did, or he finally did. And he complied. He brought it in and stopped. Of course, as soon as she walked away, it went back in the air. Yes, technically.
Apparently, now I've heard that it is now illegal to shoot any kind of video in a national park without like $1 million permit
No,
or something.
that's not entirely true.
You can't shoot a video for commercial purposes without a permit.
Correct.
And they consider that if you have an active YouTube account, that's a potential commercial purpose.
Yeah, because I seen where a couple that does that, they posted, and they said that according to the national park website, that they specifically mentioned YouTube and TikTok.
But if you're just taking a video of your vacation, you're fine.
You might be able to get a permit to fly that drone in the Grand Canyon.
Man, what's wrong? I keep clicking the buy now button, but all it does is go full screen.
So what they're saying is you can record the video all day long on your camera, but you just can't post it anywhere.
No, that's not what they're saying, Alex. What they're saying is if you're doing it for commercial purposes, you have to have a license. If you're doing it for
10,
and everything
9,
else, it's just
8.
tourists, you don't
Well,
have to have a license.
If you're going to put it on YouTube, they consider that a commercial purpose because you are potentially monetized.
Where'd Zoom go?
That's one interpretation of what they've said.
That's true. That's
But,
true. Well, I don't have a drone. I don't intend on getting a drone. Now, let me check my Amazon order. I ordered that drone about 2 hours ago. Let me see where it's at.
It's about to deliver itself.
They did, I think, at one time, didn't
They were experimenting with that, weren't they?
I think so. Oh, drone camera for adults, 4K. Oh my God, really? Drone with camera for adults. Oh, okay. Like there's a difference between drones for kids and drone.
Well,
Oh, my
there
goodness.
may be, depending on. I mean, you may be just talking about something very pricey when they say that. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I clicked on drone.
Either that or you're spying on your naked neighbor.
Yeah. No. Starts out at $54. Not a bad looking drone. Got 4 blades.
I wanted to get those when we had those bad neighbors, I was wanting to get one of those things that you can listen people far away.
What, a directional microphone?
Yeah. It had a little dish you point it.
Never say never, but I don't have any desire to get a drone right now.
I was gonna see what they were saying.
I got one. It's due here Saturday.
We got to figure out a way to get them back and forth, though. It's like carrier pigeon. So, do you have baseball tonight, Jeff?
Yep, colder and cold enough to bring in the brass monkeys.
I'll bet it was.
Although I got away with a little bit. Olivia fell asleep on the way over there, and so I sat in the truck with her the first hour. So we didn't get too cold.
What y'all do out there when it gets cold? Because usually they don't have the proper clothes.
Well, I mean, I have one sort of heavy coat. You can see I've got this long sleeve knit shirt on that I don't normally wear long sleeves, but I put it on under my coat tonight.
No matter where you live, you should always keep.
Well, I don't have a real heavy coat. The heaviest coat I got is one the company I worked for bought all of us as a safety prize years ago. But yeah, Olivia was all excited. Today, Olivia turned 6, so it was a big day here.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I sent cupcakes to school for her class and all that sort of thing. And so she was fine, but she's pretty worn out by the end of the day.
Kroger tried to start that stuff where you had to buy, if you wore a jacket, it had to have Kroger logo on it. I said, I'm not doing that. I told them, I said, I'm going to put this sweater that I got on to go outside and do my duties, like get trash and all. And when I come back in the store, I'm going to take it off. I'm not buying a jacket just.
Well, this one had the company initials on it, and it was, they gave us each one year for a quote safety prize because we were government contractor or subcontractor, and they always have different goals that they get graded on. One of them is your accident rate and all that sort of thing. And so we did well that year, and they bought us all a jacket from some name brand place.
What I was wearing was not offensive, so.
So I just posted a link that BH Ringer posted over in the chat. That's pretty funny. And Wintermute questioned the red clocks. I'm just trying to fill in the space, and I experimented with those. And yes, I know it looks horrible. It was just something I was messing around in.
Oh, down below?
Yeah. Because unless I were to change the layout of the clocks themselves and go vertical with them somehow, and I have no idea how to do that, because if I were to go to the clocks and bring them vertical like this, you can see it's not going to go vertical. It's going to take up the whole thing.
Yeah.
So I don't want to do that. Now, if I had Wintermute's brain and know how to change that, I could probably, instead of having them horizontal, I could probably make them vertical, but I don't. And that could be a major hint, Wintermute, on possibly. No, I just want to fill it in. I don't know how I want to do it. It's just kind of out there. Don't look, Ethel.
Well, Wintermute, based upon my experience as government contractor, I'll be happy to write a proposal to Ken for you and offer a decent labor rate.
Getting everybody involved with it. I like that. I like that.
I know how you could fill in that space.
Don't look, Ethel.
Da Vinci?
No, put my photo up there.
Your real photo or your original photo?
I don't care.
Oh my
I need
gosh,
a fucking
not that one
spoon now?
again. Oh, good Lord. Quit putting that link in there. Good golly. Robert just sent me the www.twitchtv.com/toad, the dude in the green face. Oh my gosh. Gonna have nightmares now.
Oh, that fat guy with the green face. Yeah.
That would be it. Yes, I was not gonna say that over national TV or whatever this is. We have YouTube, but yes. So
Yeah, I like BH's comment there. Ray Stevens.
Yeah. That's a long time ago.
A lot of those videos, in fact, some of his later ones where he looks a lot older, are running around here on YouTube yet.
I think he's still producing stuff, isn't he?
Yeah, I think so. I like the one where he went about the revival in the squirrel.
One of the radio stations played, they when this all that spy balloon stuff was just starting. They mentioned it on the radio, and then next song they played was Elvis and a UFO. he done a song Elvis and a UFO.
Oh wow, I have a source that's named Greg Guy already in use somewhere. Huh. That's interesting. That's news to me.
Sticking the YouTube link out there. That's my favorite Ray Stevens. The Mississippi Squirrel Revival.
Oh yeah, that's a good song.
That's a good
from 13 years ago. Wow.
Makes me feel old when I come across videos that have been on YouTube that long, and my kids ain't even that old.
That was a song about Alex and Joshy.
You saying that about old? I had to laugh today. My mom goes, we were talking about something. She goes, yeah, back in the day. This is interesting. I can't go look at any other scenes right now because it'll switch over on YouTube, but I don't recall having a scene or a source.
Well, must have had one in there someplace when you were putting all of the photos together that time for the cup and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Might you have had one that name at that point, or that you were merging with something?
It's possible, but I'll check it out after the stream ends. I'll just go through there and look.
Jeff, you can't forget it's me again, Margaret, and the streak.
Do what, Chris?
When he calls and says, it's me again, Margaret, and then there's another song, The Streak.
Oh, yeah, well.
He goes to the supermarket naked.
Yep, well, if for those of us with a little bit longer memories here, streaking was a thing 2 different times.
I remember the 70s. When was it the second time?
Well, that was the second time.
Oh, it was?
There was one in the 60s when I was in college. Not around where we were. We were kind of sort of backwater, but
I didn't realize that.
Well, I got a cute story I'll tell on my family. When I had gotten back out of the Army and went back to school in the 70s, and I was home one weekend and went with my mom and dad over to his oldest brother's place, my uncle. They were retired there too in a little town, and we got discussing that was about the time in the 70s when streaking became a thing again. And somehow or other, the conversation came up like that, and they're talking about it. And my uncle said, "Well, that's nothing." He said there was this fellow that rode a horse naked down the main street of town here in 1906, or what, or something like that. And Dad looked over at him and said, "Yeah, and Mom would have killed you if she ever found out." My uncle was had a little bit of a wild streak when he was growing up, but
Here you go, Greg. Check out YouTube now. How's that one?
Let me see. I gotta minimize.
oh,
Okay, Wintermute doesn't seem to have the yellow clocks. Okay, I'll do that.
Who made prank calls when they were young?
I can neither confirm nor deny that I made a prank
Yeah.
call when I was younger.
You should put some text over there. I'm watching Ken Stout live.
I called a pest control company one time and said, "Y'all, can you get rid of little sister, or can you get rid of big sisters?" And that lady said, "Yes, we could get rid of little brothers too."
I put a link in chat on YouTube and Zoom. This is like the new Corsair's build or something for this guy in Canada.
Sponsored by.
couldn't make prank calls when I was a kid. We had a little rural telephone company with an operator and party lines.
That must have been.
Well, that's not bad retirement income, Greg.
I never did.
That must have been. I was at my grandmother's, so that must have been after she had part of it.
I am.
Well, I got to figure something out, but okay, we'll try this. It's been a while since I've done this, actually. Where did that go? Oh, it's way up there. So I'm going to bring it down there. And shrink it down to that.
Oh, we should send it. Should send that video to Catherine.
Yeah, we should. Get myself.
See if I could spoof Ken's account.
Get my get myself in trouble.
I remember the Andy Griffith, the band that tried to use a phone, and the two ladies were talking about their feet going to sleep.
Yeah, there was one station. Yeah, I remember.
They tied the phone up.
I vaguely remember that.
I think it. No, it barely got it in there, but I don't think it's coming across on YouTube. Maybe it is. Now, can I drop that down into the picture itself? Let's see if I can do that. Well, I guess I can, but the color scheme is going to be off a little bit. I have to go in and change the color.
Oh.
Don't be doing that. Put up with that all day long today. Ooh, clearly red is not the color to use. Wonder if black would work. Nope. I don't remember the original color. There's something. Now, the thing that's different about DaVinci and OBS is in DaVinci, I can see the color change as I'm making it on the text. In here, you have to actually do it like that. So, yeah, I got my filler now. Good deal. And I'll bet you if I were to start the stream with the 3-piece opening,
10,
it's still
9,
going to be there.
8.
Do you pass those videos to Greg's OnlyFans at Greg Guy? There you go, Alex.
Well, OnlyFans does not have to be sexually oriented stuff.
I guess that's true. I have no idea. I know of OnlyFans. I'm not going to join OnlyFans. I'm not going to look anything.
No,
Be right back.
I just read that that's not a requirement. You can. post anything you think can earn you money. I mean,
Did y'all see that I sent where you can marry yourself? This lady that married herself.
is that like calling yourself
I don't know, but it was on
when your
Dr.
phone
Phil.
number gets spoofed?
I wonder if it don't work out, do you get a divorce?
Yep.
Let's see. Sean said he dropped something in chat. Let me go over and look and see what this is. Okay.
That's the lady building the Corsair kit, isn't it, Sean?
Yeah, we should send that to Catherine. An all Corsair build.
Oh, that would go well.
Send it from one of- it would. Send it from one of your email accounts, Sean, one that doesn't have your real name in it.
Make sure you use a proxy or whatever. VPN.
And yeah, that's true, BH. I only read it. I do not have an OnlyFans account.
Jeff, it's actually, I can neither confirm nor deny that I have an OnlyFans account.
Yeah.
And if they don't buy
But you can
that,
be
use
sure
the...
you can be sure I don't pay for anything like that.
What is it called?
Because I'm a cheap bastard.
Chris, hold on. We'll drop the link for you in chat.
No, I'm not OnlyFans.
Yeah, we're just messing with you.
Oh.
Yeah. I suppose I just got a message from someone that said I should do an OnlyFans and just do golf stuff. I guess you could do that. I don't know. I'm not going to go to OnlyFans. Be right back. Is it .com or .net or .org?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
I can
OnlyFans.com.
confirm or deny.
Yeah, I'm not going to go look it up either.
It's a .me.
Onlyfans.com, it says on Google.
Well, I updated my mom's computer and I updated her BIOS too. I didn't know that there was a BIOS update for like 1-something-2023, so I updated that and did some Windows updates that haven't been done in a couple of months. So, and then I looked just now, and there's a new BIOS update for my B550. So now I'm gonna have to update this one too.
Oh, good golly. Oh, it requires an account or signing in with something. So that right there. No, thank you. I'm gonna be like the guy in the Geico commercial that goes up into his attic and have all those dolls, and he goes, "Nope, no, thank you, nope," and leaves. That's me.
Yeah, when it comes to making an account or installing anything on your computer, you don't want to have anything to do with it.
That's right.
I could give you my account and you could just change the
No, that's okay. No, thank you. You don't. Nope. Just out of curiosity, how many of your fictitious accounts do you have OnlyFans accounts with? And don't say all of them.
No, I just have one for my regular email, and that's it.
Okay.
Wow. I am addicted to these zero sugar Coca-Colas.
I actually had a Diet Coke today. It wasn't half bad.
Can't remember, trying to think back the last time I had a soft drink. Might have had a root beer a couple of years ago.
That actually sounds
keep
pretty good.
Soft drinks in the house because the kids are being to them all the time, and and right now the kids drink mostly milk and juice when they're here. So
I'm trying to think when the last time I had a hard drink.
Holy cow, you've been streaming on YouTube for an hour already.
Yeah, it's coming up on an hour.
No.
Got about 5 minutes, it looks like, thereabouts.
Gosh,
went by quick. Some nights it goes by quick. Some nights it just drags.
Hard drink, it's been at least a couple of years. I used to keep a bottle of scotch around for the rare occasion when I wanted something, but I haven't had any alcohol in 3 months now, something like that, at all.
So by
I was
hard
getting
drink, you're
Right,
talking about
alcohol
hard,
use.
not beer. You're talking hard liquor.
I
Yeah, I
was
think
just
that's
kidding.
what
I
Chris
don't
was
drink.
talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, I just put a link in chat. YouTube has a new CEO now.
And this
Is it
is
Josh Kinder?
No.
Well, then we don't
It
care.
went from a white lady to a
To Josh Kinder.
no to a out of country guy.
Again.
Hmm.
I gotta go check
Out
on
of
Mrs. K. I
country.
will be right back.
So,
Too quiet in there.
so Greg, did your Acrobat Reader update automatically, or?
No, you got to click on help after you open it.
Yeah, I had checked a couple of weeks ago because I hadn't looked at it in a while. And help. Oh, there's a check for updates thing.
YouTube CEO is Gary Weisenberger.
Okay. I'll go to my administrative account later to install that. Dog, you are not going out right now.
But why?
Got home from taking my grandson to baseball. First thing I did was let the dog out to do his business. He did both of them and then came back in and I got him something to eat. Now he wants to go out again. It's just habit at this point. Whenever I show up in my office upstairs here and sit down, the dog comes and wants out. So
That's
I'll
what
let him
our
eat before I
dogs
go to
do. They
sleep.
That's what our dogs do. They see the treats and they want the treats, so they.
Yep.
Does your dog bark, Jim?
He barks when I tell him to get down off the kid's bed, growls
What
at
kind
me.
is he?
Some kind of a bulldog mix. It's not pit bull exactly. The guy I got him from said he was supposed to be a purebred of some type, but he didn't have any papers.
He probably hears things outside.
Well, sometimes if somebody knocks at the front door, he'll go to the landing on the stairs where he can see the door and bark, which I guess I don't object to. Most of the time it's just him and me here. He's pretty quiet. When the kids are around, they start playing with him and he gets all excited because he doesn't get a lot of exercise with me.
So, Chris, I got to give you credit. You couldn't hear me laugh, but your comment about the new CEO was funny. The new CEO for YouTube, that is.
Orlando, why do you say you know of security problems with Acrobat Reader? I wouldn't pay for the full Acrobat. It's too
I
expensive.
suppose I use that. I don't know. I guess I have to since I do have documents I get every now and then.
There are other freebie readers you can get.
Yeah.
I
quit.
I use PDF Complete.
I had one PDF thing I was using that I could actually do simple editing with, and it was a freebie, and then it just quit working completely. I don't remember what it was. I had just uninstalled it finally.
Was it in your HP? Pre-installed?
No, this was something I found on the web, and I had it installed on my old HP and on my new build and on my laptop and whatever.
Well, PDF was installed on my HP, the business model.
Yeah.
So it's probably
When
just.
I was the last couple places I worked, I had the full Acrobat Professional, so we could convert reports into PDF files. When I was using Outlook for email at work, I actually used Acrobat to archive my emails. You could take a whole group of emails and send it to Acrobat Pro to print, and it would make a big PDF file containing all the emails separated within it, including all their attachments. And since Outlook had a proprietary format in that PST file they keep all their stuff in, that was a good way for me to archive my work emails because we had limited space on the server. And when it got filled up, I had to do something. So I would move them to a separate PST file on my computer in my cubicle and then print them to use an Acrobat Pro.
Are those real glasses, Ken, or are those fake? You can't see your.
Your question is what? I'm going to go ahead and end the show, and we'll give some shout outs to everybody. I thought I'd put on my cool glasses because it doesn't help me read, but I got some glare from them, I see. If I knew the beatnik language, we'd do it in the beatnik style, but I don't know the beatnik language, and I can't rap because I'm a white boy. And if I offend anybody by saying I'm a white boy, I don't mean to offend you. I'm just saying I am a white boy. Been a white boy
You know
all
who you
my
remind
life.
me of? Joe Cool in Peanuts. On the doghouse. You remember that? When
Oh
Snoopy
yeah,
became
I
Joe
remember.
Cool?
Yeah.
When
I have
he
all
got out
kind
the
of
sunglasses.
crazy thoughts and things up my sleeve, so to speak, but there, nothing up this sleeve and nothing up that sleeve. Anyway, Wintermute was joining us. Tony Wallow was first. I saw Bob Watchie was there. BH Ringer. I gotta lay off the sauce. I tell you. Rick Lakes was there. Greg Guy was there. Greg, I said your name. I don't want to hear anything. You've been mentioned.
You've not forgotten me.
Robert Michael Long Dog, BH Ringer again. And I think William Dawson was there, if I remember right. And I believe I got everybody. If not, I will catch you at a different time. If you have some suggestions or openings or for the closing, put them in the comments or send me an email at kstout2016.com and I'll work on it. And in case no one caught what Alex's question is, yes, these are actual sunglasses. These are not a prop. Whoa, that's bright. Oh my God, who put me on full spotlight? Good Lord. Anyway, good night, everybody. See you tomorrow night at... She's working both jobs, so I don't know. Let's shoot for 10:30 and hope for 10:45. How about that?
Wintermute, Ken won't give me any new dancing girls, so that's a forlorn hope.
I can get dancing girls.